Peace and blessings, guys. Welcome to yet another YouTube video. Guys, I'm so excited about this YouTube video today because we are in a different background setup, and that is because I am in Los Angeles, California. Just down here to get my feet a little bit more damp, kind of hoping and keeping my fingers crossed that I book more work while I'm out here, network with people, connect with, more workshops and, go through a few acting studios while I'm down here just to get some experience and just to sort of grow in that sense. So I'm really excited to be in LA. I am so excited to talk to you guys today about what it has been like working in Los Angeles. I and my family, we flew down here in December, kind of like the end of December, early January to be exact. So we came down in January, we kind of left at the end of June, so we were in Los Angeles for a good 6 months. We came back to Philly in July just for some family time. I spent my birthday back in Philly, so that was great. I'm officially 21. That's so exciting. I'm just like, time, slow down, please. But yeah, that's kind of what it's been like. So I'm so excited to just share with you guys what it has been like being in LA for 6.5 months-ish, and what I've been able to book, how I've been able to book while in Los Angeles, networking events that I've been a part of, some acting studios that I was a part of, and we're just gonna jump right into this. Y'all ready? Because I am. So like I said, my family and I moved to Los Angeles, California officially by like the end of December, early January. And I'm glad to say that while my sister and I and my mom, we're all in Los Angeles, both my sister and I were able to book some good work. And it's always great to keep yourself open and to be searching for roles and projects to be a part of. All of the projects that I booked while being in Los Angeles for 6 months was, of course, through Actors Access. That's like the actor's Bible, to be exact. Of course, Actors Access is an amazing, don't want to call it a platform, but amazing tool for actors to book work no matter where you're from. There's always work. You just have to make the effort to do it, to submit yourself, have the materials to submit, and things along those lines. Also, guys, tell me if you guys want to see like my Actors Access page and things like that. I find it very beneficial when people see other people's Actors Accesses just to see what it's like. So let me guys know if you want to like see my headshots, want to see my demo reel that's still in the works. It's always improving because there's projects that I constantly, don't want to say constantly are working on, but projects that I'm working on right now and still waiting for footage. We all know how that goes, but let me guys know, let me know if you guys want to see something like that. I think that would be really beneficial and a cool video to show you guys. So back to what I was saying, in early January, I remember the first project that I booked was for a non-union series that's, I think it was called I Met My Murderer Online. And it was really it was a really cool project because it's based off of stories of, sadly, unfortunately, people who they thought they met like significant others, dating people online, how that kind of takes a bad turn. And I was able to take on the story of a victim who met, quote unquote significant other online. Turns out she murdered, and unfortunately she died at the hands of the murderer. But it was a really cool experience to not only be a part of a project like that and to, I don't like to say to play, but to be a character or be a person, so to say, who's real. And I thought it was very cool with the special effects. I had like a bruised eye, and they put like, of course, red corn syrup, red dye. You guys know how that works with fake blood. They dropped some on my eye. It made me look like I was punched in the face and beat up pretty bad. But one thing that I will take away from that project is just how much of a vibe everyone on set was. There was a few other castmates with me because it was the brother, it was the murderer, then it was like the Uber driver who was at the scene or whatever, and it was so much fun. So connecting with everybody on set was kind of like, I don't want to say alignment, but it was definitely like good vibes on set. The crew was amazing. They were so sweet, so kind, and we literally knocked everything out in like a day, which is, I don't know, I give myself a pat on the back for that. And shout out to I Met My Murderer Online cast. I follow them on IG. They are awesome. They are amazing actors, and I hope I work with them again. They were just so much fun to be a part of. And that project, let alone, came out in March. I don't know what platform it came out on, but somebody, my manager actually told me like, hey, I heard your I Met Your Murderer Online, series came out because, IMDb ratings, your numbers go up when people watch the stuff that you're a part of. And I noticed, well, she noticed that my star meter, that's what it's called, went up. And I was just like, what? It came out? How did I miss this? That's like such a bummer. So I'm still searching for it because I really want to see my work. You ever get nervous watching yourself, let alone on recordings or something like that? I'm not gonna lie, I get like that sometimes, but I'm slowly breaking it. I'm slowly building my confidence with being on camera and trying to just say everything is okay. So after the month of January, I started working on a few student films, and guys, do not diss student films, especially as an actor. You should always be doing independent projects, student films, because you're literally working alongside probably the next Tyler Perry's, Ava DuVernay's, Spike Lee's, y'all know how it goes. But two student films that I worked on, it was just so professional. One of them I will share with you guys was a project called Baby Killer, which kind of gave off this Euphoria / 80s vibe, and it was a really interesting story and concept. I literally played one of the mean girls. There was 3 of us. I had big hair. There was an 80s vibe, so I had mom jeans with a yellow shirt. I'll kind of put pictures around here if I can of what I was wearing, what it was like on set. Oh man, I wish I could share with you guys, but I signed an NDA, and it was a really fun project because it was a horror film in a sense. I know one of the scenes, something happens to me, and I had to let out this huge scream, and I was so nervous because he was just like, okay, this is about to happen to you. Give us your rawest scream that you can give. So, me on set, I'm trying to get into the mindset. He says action, the thing happens, and I just gave my biggest authentic scream. I was crying. It's not. I was really pulling Viola Davis, but it was just so quiet after I did the scream on set, and they were just like, are you okay? Are you all right? And I was just like, guys, I'm okay. It was just a scream. This is a scream. So I am known for having a very high-pitched scream. So I'm glad it was able to make it onto the film. And oh man, like I said before, the professionalism on set was nothing short of amazing. It was just right to the point. It felt like I was on set of a TV show or a feature film or something. It was so awesome to be a part of something like that. That was definitely a short film. It was at the American Film Institute, to be exact. Another one that I did was at the Los Angeles Film School. I kind of did that film late May, I believe. I might be wrong, but it was later on in the months, and it was called The Decision. So the film that I did called The Decision was, oh man, the concept of the story was great. The guy who directed the short film really was so caring and just was very reassuring of the character that I had to play, the significance of the decision and choices I had to make that was in the script, how it will literally bounce off on the other characters and how it will affect them and how they behave. So it was really fun working on student films. I know with playing the role, oh man, I forgot her name, but being a part of the decision, I will say it was definitely an eye-opening experience. You ever, I'm cracking up, but have you ever booked a job or booked a role and you're reading the short film, or you're reading the student film script, you're reading it, and once you get on set, you come to the sudden realization of, oh, that happens? And then you're just like, I didn't know that happened. And then once you get on set, you're just like, did y'all just like write this in the script just now? I remember, working on that particular short student film in particular, and just being like, wait, that happens? I didn't read that in the script. So I'm actually really excited to see that film. I know it's in the works, and I'm just, I can't wait to see it and show you guys. I always post the short films or student films that I work on my IG page. So, and I always do like little reels of behind the scenes stuff and what it was like working on there. But those two student films were definitely the two most professional. I also did another one at USC. Oh my gosh, there's just so many, and I take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of pride in doing short films, student films, just getting the experience, because it can't hurt you, so to say. Honestly, no matter what area or of career you're in, especially in this acting world, if you're not doing student films, or you're not doing feature films, or if you're not doing short films, student films, whatever, that's the best way to get yourself out there and to expose yourself and to build connections with people. You never know. The person you did a film with back in, let's say, January, they might call you back in for something that they have planned for the following year. Aside from short films and student films I had a chance to work on, I also submitted on Actors Access for a really cool camera assessment series for HBO. So I had to educate myself on what a camera assessment series is, and basically while on set, they were testing different cameras, and they needed actors and actresses and just people in general to mimic a house party scene that they were filming, and they were testing out 8 different cameras, all unique in their own special way. And some takeaways from being on that set, I was able to literally be on set for like 12 hours, literally. It was an all-night shoot. I was literally there from 7 p.m. Friday night until like 4 a.m. Saturday morning. So we literally had 2 days of filming, and yes, they paid, of course. Yes, they were very kind enough to pay us for our services. And with, being on that type of set, I was able to see the different type of cameras that they use. They had an underwater camera, so a guy was literally flipping or backflipping into the pool, and he had to get, him while he was in the water. So they did like 100 takes of that. Then they had another type of camera to view the house party scene, and basically what was happening was they had different actors kind of walk throughout the party, and they were kind of like following one person, and they would transition to like this recliner thingy thing where they would sit the camera on, it would go up the staircase and follow different people, just kind of get the vibe of the party. It was really cool to watch that, because you just never know the job of, aside from acting and stuff, I'm always curious of what each individual does, and I got to see the job of cameraman, really that duration of what I was filming for that camera assessment series project. So it was really, really fun being able to see them work with different cameras, what worked and what didn't work. And these were actually cameras that they're using for upcoming projects. I overheard from one of the crew members that they're testing different cameras for some HBO Max shows. They were really heavy on working with Euphoria, trying to see different cameras, see how it would work for these upcoming shows. So it was cool to see what I could potentially be working with. With that being said, man, I've had such a blast being in Los Angeles. Not only did I get a chance to work on some film projects while I'm out here, I also got to go to a lot of networking events, intern at a couple of acting studios while in Los Angeles. Shout out to LS Acting Studios. Definitely check them out. They are amazing and in the works of some awesome stuff. I've been to a few acting pop-ups. I've been to a few talkbacks with casting directors. Y'all, something that's so important that I've learned while going to these workshops and pop-ups: bring your headshot and resume. Just thank me later. Bring your headshot and resume. Have some in the back of your car, in the trunk or something, or in your folder. I like to have a folder with all of my acting resumes and my acting headshots, because y'all, you never know. And I'm not saying some big time casting director is gonna walk up to you while you're in the acting studio. You just never know. And I know with talkbacks or with pop-ups where there's a special casting director or a manager or agent that comes to talk to actors, it's very important to put yourself out there, ask a question if it's like a talkback, to have a brief moment with the casting director and just give them your material, because how else are you going to be able to make a good impression on industry professionals like casting directors, agents, managers, X, Y, and Z. So always have a headshot and resume. That's something I learned, and people respect that. There's a high level of respect when it comes to looking at someone and being like, hey, he or she knows what she's doing. So that's something that I've learned while being in LA and going to these fun workshops with casting directors and pop-ups, hearing from industry professionals. So it just makes you look like you know what you're doing, which is something you should always know how to do. So with everything that I kind of shared with you guys, I hope you guys were able to take away something that will benefit you in your career. Again, like I always say, this is a journey, not a race. I really, it was really heavy on my heart to be able to share with you guys my journey, because Instagram and Facebook can only tell you so much about a person. I want you guys to be able to hear from me and things that I'm still learning, because this is a learning process. This isn't something I nailed in my sleep. I'm still learning. I will always be learning. And again, I wouldn't trade this career for anything in the world. I do believe that God has something special, and with consistency like this and with big leaps of faith of coming to Los Angeles, it will be honored. It will be, worth it in the end, and I can't wait to share the rest of my story with you guys and the rest of the world. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this YouTube video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do what you guys need to do. Yes, I do the hand motions because it's me. This is what I do literally on a basis. But thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to share this video, and until next time, bye.